Today we're going to be talking about countries that are reopening for travel.
That's an interesting topic. Stay tuned.
This is Living in Italy, or Reopening Italy, on Travel Addicts Life.
This is day 6 and today's Saturday, May the 7th.
Yes, actually the week has gone by. This has been a different week.
Yeah, it went really fast actually.
Yeah. People are out and about,
Yes.
as Canadians say.
Yes, they are.
But they're following the rules, at least in our town.
Yeah, in Milan, different story. You might have seen photos of Milan with packed with people going to restaurants.
That was not fake news.
That was not fake news. That was really bad because that's the red hot zone area, and they might really have to lock down again if there's a spike in cases. So the mayor of Milan already said that if this continues, he might have to revert the lockdown. And
Right.
yeah,
But remember, these lockdowns are regional, so it's kind of like the state level or provincial level.
or even city level. I think the mayor of Milan has the power to lock down just the city.
Yeah.
So stay tuned because that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here yesterday, we went to the market and everybody was wearing a mask, keeping the distance.
So here we are, we're at the market. There's tons of people.
Yeah.
Not so many vendors though today, but all the fruits and vegetable guys are here.
So I'm putting my gloves on because we need gloves to go to the market.
Yeah, I mean, it was a relatively normal.
Yeah.
A normal.
New normal.
A new normal.
Normal, new normal.
I actually don't mind wearing the mask now. It's actually not a big deal. And then I went out for a walk in the park with another friend of mine, like with some distance. And the funny thing is I only put the mask on because they were cutting the grass. So it was actually kind of convenient because there was all that pollen and dirt and everything else in the air. So, and you don't want to be sneezing in public right now or coughing. No way, you don't want to.
Was the park busy?
Yeah, there was some people in it. The kids, the teenagers are not getting it. They are not together. They're not getting it. But what are you gonna do? But hey, new normal, gloves, wearing a mask. We now keep reusable gloves in our back pocket.
Yeah.
New normal.
New normal.
Do the laundry and check for gloves.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So we have some interesting news regarding some possibility of reopening to tourism. Mm-hmm. Remember, these are just news that we got from news sources, so newspaper, internet. Nothing is from a government or official news. So
we're re-reporting from like CNN and those.
CNN, exactly. So keep in mind, this is just what is floating around right now. So
CNN has reported that Greece is opening tourism on July 1st.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. The only question is how to get there, because they might open the country for tourism, but if there's no flight, no ferry boats, no nothing, seems like a bit of a moot point, the reopening for tourism, but I guess.
Well, the Sardinia ferries are open here.
Yes.
So maybe the Greek ferries. I don't know what they're called, but
I don't know. They might be opening.
They might.
So that's something.
And July 1st is quite a long time away.
Yes.
When you consider we're just beginning month 3. July is we're May 9. June 9 and then July 9. I mean, it's
almost a month.
Almost 2 months. So lots can happen, right?
Yes, exactly.
I mean,
so we'll see.
Our life changed between January 24 when we got back from Antarctica and May 9th.
Yeah.
Our life changed a lot. Well, life can change again.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Interestingly, the Netherlands, I read, has a fit to fly form. So they allow tourists, technically, and you fill out this declaration form saying that you're fit to fly, you don't have any symptoms. But it's up to somebody at the airport to ultimately decide whether or not you're healthy.
So that's kind of weird that you have to say that you actually declare yourself if you're healthy or not. First of all, there's lots of room for people saying, oh yeah, I'm healthy, but they're not. Second, how do you know that you don't have the virus and you are fit to travel? You might have no symptoms, but still being positive. So that seems a little strange. But
Well, on that note, Austria is allowing travel.
yes.
And Austria is saying, well, no problem. If you have a test result from the last 4 days that shows you're negative, you're in.
That seems a little bit more accurate
Yes.
than the self-declaration.
Yeah.
Even though 4 days is, again, a little...
It's a little long.
well, yeah, especially because in 4 days you might have been in contact with someone that was positive, so...
Right. I kind of like what South Korea is doing. South Korea is an innovator. You can travel to South Korea if you find a flight. Assuming you made it all the way to South Korea, you get tested. It's a mandatory test, and then they put you into a facility or a quarantine facility. It could be a hotel or something like that for 24 hours while they get the test result. If the test result is negative, yay, you're on your own.
I think this is the best way, because at least this way you are sure at that precise moment, because, yeah.
The only problem is if you're positive, I would not want to be in South Korea.
Then I don't know what's going to happen. They probably should be back home, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? And
Here in Italy.
yeah, here in Italy.
Here in Italy, they're reopening museum on May 18th.
That's not this coming Monday, but the Monday after.
You will need to wear a mask in museums. Now, who's going to allow to go to the museum? So that's the question that I haven't answered yet. So are we going to allow to go to Florence, for example, and visit the museum?
Yeah, I would love
yet.
to go to the Uffizi.
We don't know yet. So is that just for local tourism or for domestic tourism? We don't know yet. So I think the government hasn't decided yet, because they probably want to see how the new cases evolve.
You know, I digress for a moment, but do you remember last time we went to Florence and we wanted to go to the Uffizi gallery, and there was like 1 million people out there?
I haven't been there since I was probably in 4th or 5th grade.
And right outside the door, there was this beautiful, gigantic sign of the Uffizi from inside. It was a hall inside, and there was nobody in it. It was just an advertisement. So I got our friend Anna to take a photo of Andrea and I right in front of this photo. So we took a photo of a photo and sent it out to all of our friends, and guess what? They believed it. They were like, how is it possible you were able to go to the Uffizi with nobody there? Well, guess what?
Yeah, maybe
They
this time.
reopened.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't been there since grade 5, so I would like to go back.
And it's an hour and a half by car.
Yeah.
And the Tuscans like us.
Yeah.
I mean, they're, you know, they've done a good job as well.
No,
They've done a great
absolutely.
job.
Actually, they did a very good job, but they didn't have many cases. Yeah, they were like. So stay tuned. We'll let you know more as soon as the government decide what to do with the Italian tourism. At the moment, I think the government is taking a very safe approach, and I don't think it's a bad idea.
No, I think they're doing fine.
Yeah.
Haven't heard anything yet in terms of hairdressers and restaurants and all of that sort of stuff.
They are thinking that the region that they have fewer or no cases at all, they might be open to reopen the hairdressers and nail salon and whatever, but it's still on a discussing phase. It's nothing set in stone just yet.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and it's going to be interesting what social distancing is going to look like for those places. Have you guys seen the article from the art gallery in Amsterdam? They created this this sort of art thing where they created a restaurant in these plexiglass huts. What do they call it? They call it what, moving art or
something like that.
You know, and so people can now go and have dinner in these plexiglass huts. Can you imagine how hot it would be?
It's like being in a fish tank.
It would be in a greenhouse mixed with a fish tank.
Yeah, it's kind of sounded weird. I don't know if I would be interested in going to something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be so hot. Oy. Unless I was eating gelato, but then it would just melt like so quickly. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are the news for today. Now we have some housekeeping to do, and most importantly, our race to 1,000.
Race to 1,000, absolutely. Please, guys, if you like what you're watching, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and you'll be notified as soon as we release a new video.
Yeah,
and
so hit the subscribe button, and you will not miss a video.
Exactly.
New cases.
New cases, still good.
Mm-hmm.
I would not say an A+. I would say it's a B+. It's exactly as expected. We've got 1,320 new cases yesterday, 1,327 actually, which is good. You know, the
But they're
averages.
more and more localized in one area.
Yeah, guess which one?
Mm-hmm. Where they open.
Yeah, where everybody was out the other day. That's where most of the cases are. You know,
More than 50%.
So think about that. If you're out and about doing everything, not caring.
Yeah.
The curve, thank you worldometers for putting my curve back on. They listened to me. They put the curve back, and as you can see, you know, where the bunny hill was, now you see the little cliff, but it's, you know, it's still not.
You're not happy, aren't you?
Well, I wanted to crash.
Yeah.
No, I think the next week is going to be, the next 7 days is going to be key, right?
Yeah, but as you can see, the number of recovery is really taking off, and that's what it matters. I mean, the recovery rate is getting better and better and better, so that's what it matters.
Exactly. That's the key. And it's not that I'm happy. I'm cautiously optimistic.
I see.
I'm cautiously optimistic. So there are lots of good things, but you know, when I see things like Milan, I kind of go, And it's not just here.
Everywhere.
Everywhere in the world. I mean, just think about these protesters and all this kind of
All the
stuff.
California beaches were like packed last weekend, which is kind of bizarre. But anyways. Lastly, we have a cocktail hour tomorrow night.
Yes, it's Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, or
7 p.m. Europe.
exactly.
Please show up and have a cocktail with us.
Hope to see you then.
Thank you guys.
See ya.
See ya.